This is the town I love, a neighborhood of family and friends.
You know how we do, Southside Chicago,
yes,
baby.
Sir.
And right here at the heart of it all is where everyone comes together, the Barbershop.
I like how this one opens with Calvin kind of talking about how Chicago is his home and how there's all these firsts for him.
Yes.
When you guys think of your hometowns, what big firsts come to mind?
Oh, man, the first time I went to see, like, the Lakers play, my brother took me to go see the Lakers when I was, like, it was 1978, maybe, you know, and it was, like, amazing. It was amazing going in there and smelling the popcorn, and, you know, that's such a vivid memory for me, you know, getting into sports at that time. And I remember the Olympics coming to town, and it was just a great, the 80s was great in LA. It was just great. It was just great.
For me, I don't want to piggyback you, but it's the exact same thing. Michael
really?
Jordan. I'm from Chicago. So my grandmother got me, you know, interested in basketball. So I remember the first Bulls championship. I remember when in '93 the Bulls were down against the Suns, and I started crying and freaking out. I got so mad that my grandmother made me leave the room, and I couldn't watch John Paxson win the game and win the championship. I had to hear about it. I had to hear my grandmother going, "Yes!" And I ran in the room, "What?" And she's like, "They won!" You know, so I remember those days in Chicago, being on the South Side, just my grandma and my family, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I liked how this film, there was kind of a darker tone to it with the trying to stop the gun violence.
Yes.
And how that affected Calvin and his son's relationship. And it really is a relevant topic today.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, because these days it's scary to like have your kid walk out the door.
Right.
Because you never know what's going to happen. But what do you think, in y'all's opinion, like what is the best way to protect kids from that kind of violence without, you know, maybe pushing them away?
I think you just got to give them all the information you have. You know, I think you just have to fill them with information and talk about situations and talk about, you know, how it was when you were that age and running into the same situation, how you dealt with it. You know, your kids learn a lot just knowing that you can relate and that you went through the similar things. So, you know, you just keep talking. I know they don't want to hear it. You know, all right, I heard you. I know. Yeah, you're going to really know because you're going to get it again. And it's just, and not talking at them, it's just, you know, to be careful. You know what I mean? Pay attention to your surroundings. You know, just giving them the talk every time they hit the door. And, you know, they'll get out there, and when they get in that situation, whose voice is gonna come in their head? It's gonna be yours.
Exactly.
That's true.
Now, I don't have any kids.
Right.
So I feel terrible giving them advice.
He's just been practicing, so I don't know.
You gotta
what are
learn,
you
right?
doing
You
all
gotta
this
be
practice
prepared.
for?
I'm just practicing just to impress people.
Yeah.
But I have no kids.
Yeah.
But you know what worked for me when I was growing up was to have two older brothers that always got your back, and also I would use humor a lot to get out of fights.
Really?
I swear. Like I would make jokes. I would make fun of myself. So if someone was making fun of me, I knew that eventually would end up in a fight or some sort of weird scenario. So I would make fun of myself too, and they're kind of just like, "Oh, he's laughing at himself. And we ain't got nothing else to do." And then you would diffuse the situation. So for me, that's how I did it. Other than that, I don't know what to tell them.
Awesome. And so it's been over 10 years since the last Barbershop film, and as this movie pointed out, a lot has changed since then.
Yeah.
Since the past 10 to 12 years, what change has impacted you guys the most?
I've gotten a lot older, you know what I mean? Back in the day during the first Barbershop, there's a lot that I didn't know. You know, even when I was watching the movie, I'm getting information from these people. So now I'm of age and I'm part of that conversation, and I have my own opinions because I've matured and I have my own experiences. So I would just say I just got wiser, I guess.
I think the use of technology is probably the biggest change in the last 10 years. That is just everywhere. You got to use it. You know, there's no escaping it. And so it makes you not talk on the phone as much. You know, I don't think I have as many conversations as I used to on the phone.
He called me yesterday, so he's lying.
I called him to tell him, I was about to text him what I want to tell him. I got so much love for everybody in this neighborhood. Turn that up!
Yeah, this gotta be some of my best work. I bet you he won't be talking back to his mama no more. Gave him that George Jefferson.
No.